I don't really know what I'm doing now, but I just felt that it is of great importance that I start to make a video diary again. Great importance for me. Perhaps not great importance for you, people of the internet. Really enjoy to hang out with a camera. It also makes me do more things. Get into those periods where I just don't do a lot. And I don't like it. I can't make any fly fishing films this time of the year. But I guess I can make something else.
I apologize. I shall speak up.
Yeah, you do an introduction for the first part.
Well, welcome to part 1 of The Will of the Woodpecker. But what about the woodpecker's will? I fear we will be disappointed.
I have rented the basement of my local grocery store. This is my office. This is my favorite color. And welcome to this step-by-step tutorial. What is this? Dad, look at me. Sometimes my kids need my attention in order to ignite an action. I guess I use my camera for the same reason sometimes. And this time, it watched me find my way back to an old passion of mine. Snowboarding.
I care about you a lot, but I don't give a shit about snowboarding.
Or more exactly, backyard snowboarding, which is sort of a light version of snowboarding. In fact, it is more of a role play, where you pretend to be your snowboarding heroes. The light is starting to disappear. But I'm gonna try to see if I have some Scott Stevens move in me. And just like that, like some kind of mindfulness guru, I had blocked all my spiraling junk thoughts. I was just happily running up and down my backyard, fully occupied with the act of snowboarding. The only bitter thought that slipped into my mind was, why the hell did I stop snowboarding? But I was gonna make up for lost time. I set out to relearn every maneuver I once knew. And I forgot about the video diary project. The project was now to make a full-length snowboard film in my backyard. I have to go in and put my kids to bed.
Kommer du logga tryck?
Jag har i alla fall med mig grejer utifall att vi hinner.
Nu släpper jag.
Okej.
As soon as I realized that I once again had started to appreciate the cold part of the year, the temperature dropped to 35 degrees below zero. I didn't leave the house for 3 days. But then Wednesday came, like a savior.
Yes.
On Wednesday evenings, Jesper, Johan and I drive half an hour into the city of Umeå for some artificial summer. The indoor skate park is very similar to most Swedish skate parks. The toilets are not very clean. There's a pretty thick layer of dust in every corner, and the people are friendly. Jesper and Johan are both good participants in the small talk offered by the encounters. I sometimes wish I was more like them. I usually just go for a quick nod and smile before I start to skate. But you don't have to indulge in small talk. The only social skill required in a skate park is to notice and give praise to people that does something good for their skill level. You could clap your hands, tap your skateboard on the ground, or just go for some cheerful vocal sound like yeah or wow. I feel some kind of bond with people in skate parks. It's like a refuge for people that doesn't really fit into the world outside. But then, maybe it's just me. Maybe I wouldn't feel that way if I just indulged in some more small talk and got to know people better. In some way, it was a normal Wednesday. Johan made up his own tricks, while Jesper was more in line with the unwritten trick book of skateboarding. But for me, it was not a normal Wednesday. I had some intense back pain from shoveling snow, something Jesper referred to as a classic. So instead of skating, I tried to learn how to use a fisheye lens, like my new idol, Fritte. In a skate park, it's not that weird for a 35-year-old to pick up a camera and start filming his friends do their weekly workout. I did that for a while. Then, an hour before midnight, we bought 3 large milkshakes and drove back to our village.
And I also heard this podcast about an American general who was attacked by a woodpecker. He lived on his house for like 10 years, and he tried like a fortune trying to get rid of it, but it kept like destroying his house because it was like full of some delicious beetles with like to get at, right? So it was visiting all the time. And he put up scare birds and all kinds of stuff, and it kept ruining his house, and he couldn't, like, he was a U.S. general, and he couldn't win over this fucking woodpecker.